Salvatore, this is Jeff.
This is David.
We are playing Darksiders 2. Last time, we got the very first piece of the Rod of Arafel here on Earth. We also were doing many stupid things. We got weapons that make us practically invincible. Then we actually literally became invincible briefly. That was sort of a non-canon side story, but
Right.
I recorded that with the other character just because, collect all the collectibles. Another Book of the Dead page, so that we can finally get in those death tombs.
Right. So we can get into those death tombs and maybe get that secret chest for breaking everything.
Yes, which I totally knew about and intentionally did not get, so that there would be something to show off later.
Right. Well, you've got to pace these things. You can't have it all right at the front.
Exactly. It's pacing, very important.
Which is kind of lacking. Was that guy just like cowering on the ground when you shot him?
I think that the crows were sort of eating him. I mean, I don't blame them. They sort of carrion kind of.
Right, they're doing their thing.
This is their thing. I mean, carry on.
Right. What is the?
Does it get the joke? Okay. We have a new weapon.
Is that the Mega Buster? What is that?
This is the Kablooey from DMC.
Awesome. Is it as terrible as it is?
You thought we were going to go the entire time without talking about that again.
Yes, I kind of did.
So this Nerf gun here, it'll regenerate the darts as, on a set timer.
Gosh, those aren't darts.
Right trigger primary fire shoots out a dart. It does home in a little bit, and then left trigger will blow up all of the darts that are currently out there, which means that you can make a pin cushion out of a guy and then kill him all at once.
That's way better than the Kablooey.
Prepared to do right now, as an example. You can do that with the Kablooey.
You could, but it just never seemed effective.
It seems like that would be an advanced showy tactic.
Right, I guess.
I tried it a few times with varying levels of success. When it does work, it's awesome, because you start the fight out by sort of like calling your shots like a pool shark. And then, of course, as is appropriate, walk away and then explode them.
Right. Why did they want this to be a Nerf gun, though?
I don't know, but it is basically a Nerf gun.
Yeah, I can't see those as not Nerf darts.
It's a little bit more effective than a Nerf gun. Although, to be fair, I've not tried a Nerf gun on Undead for comparison.
I haven't either, so...
So really, this is just hearsay, conjecture. Talking out my butt, what have you.
Well, we're voices on the internet, so we have some authority.
There's also some butt talk.
Just a bit of butt talk.
Just a little bit, not too much.
What? Are those flying?
Those little stingers, stinger bats,
okay.
those are the same as they have always been. There is a reason that they're here en masse, so to speak.
I like how those guys were really nice and waited for you to finish opening.
I love cleaving through all of them. This is a really effective weapon because you don't have to be accurate. You can just shoot the ground. It's perfectly reasonable.
Sounds like my kind of gun, honestly.
I do tend to waste all the ammo pretty quick. It does not regenerate unless you're actually holding it. So when you pick it back up again, as we'll do shortly, it'll have the same amount. That is, say, like 1. Get out of here, guy. Hey, look, our Horde Seeker is giving us some stuff. I think actually it only takes 10 bullets. Try and do that more efficiently later on.
Right.
They like to hide those guys basically up and back. If you enter an area and then look up and back, you'll probably see one.
Right, they're trying to keep you from... I guess they're making them lazily difficult.
Yeah, they make it so it's super annoying when you miss one and have to walk through this area again because, the horns keep going and the enemies keep coming.
Is there an audio cue I'm just not hearing for them?
For all the enemy spawns?
No, for the angels.
I don't think so. If there is, it's so quiet that I never noticed it. It's certainly not like the Mystic Stones.
Right. Or those things from DMC that you have to hit, and those Lost Souls.
Lost Souls, yes.
Yeah.
Shh, we're not talking about that anymore. Shh. Shh, you'll make the internet angry.
Oh, you got the full chapter for the book.
I'm just kidding. You can't make the internet angry. The internet is anger. That's a sneaky one, though. So, like I said, up and back.
Right.
So,
I kind of figured they look like they've been impaled. Is that what it is?
it's like they have some sort of like spider web sticky goo that's holding them in place.
Because this is such a high-res video that I'm watching, I should have known for sure.
I mean, Uriel said that they were being kept alive to fuel some of the destroyer stuff.
The NOS.
The mini boss, the NOS. This is where those stingers are coming from.
That is a really cool-looking thing.
This one, I am perfectly okay with having the generic video game monster scream.
Yeah.
It seems like a sonically dissonant thing, or a sonically dissonant noise would come out of something like that.
Something where all the proportions are wrong would have some dissonant sound.
It is quite gangly. Cacophonous, if you will.
There you go. And we're back to playing Diablo 2.
Well, you know, that was always the undercurrent of the game.
That's true. That's true. They just hit it a little bit more on the noise, on the nose.
Yeah, right on the
noise.
nos, right on the nos there.
On the nos. There it is. Is there a reason it's called the nos?
Again, I don't know.
Right.
I mean, a nos is just like a. I know I looked this up once. I forgot. Oh well, just look it up on Wikipedia. I thought it was just like a location, like a kind of. Maybe it was like a kind of marsh or something.
Okay.
Scotland,
That makes
like
sense.
like an atoll or some other weird formation of land and water.
Like an isthmus or an atoll or a...
But hey, don't take my word for it. I'm just butt talking.
But talking on the internet.
Yep.
That's something for a resume.
Butt talking. Jeff and David. 7:30 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, that would never
Man,
happen.
that's early. That's real early. We should probably record that at night for the following day.
Yeah, that would never happen. Live. That would mean it would be 5:30 for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that would probably work out for me. I just that's before going to sleep.
Yeah, you'd still be awake. That's right. I'd have to wake up for that, though, so no, it's not happening.
Okay. There's another sneaky little stone over there. I'll let the crows do their thing. I have important things to look at.
Right.
Okay. It worked out. They seem to come very frequently in these tunnels.
Right.
It's like I said, it just kind of gets a little tiresome. Oh yeah, if you press the X button, you'll shoot the ground. It is a lot less effective than it should be.
Right. Well, I don't know, shooting the ground kind of isn't effective practically speaking.
Yeah, but it's almost more effective to just shoot the ground and then explode it, and you'll get a better area of effect. It's another sneaky one, just behind and up.
But that one does have the cue of the gun.
That's true.
The soul cannon or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Salvation.
I actually don't know what the other one is called because it doesn't give you a fancy little.
It's the Kablooey from DMC.
UI.
I don't.
Oh, you're right. But it's the Nerf brand. Nerf brand and Kablooey.
The Nerf brand Kablooey. All right.
It's like this Nerf gun is too powerful. Please. Nerf it?
Now, what's funny is if you speed that bomb up to 32 times its actual speed, you get a song from the 50s.
Yeah, exactly. You get a nice operatic French song.
Right.
By that person who's
Yeah, you're right.
that French song. La vie sans forme sans You know.
I think that's too many syllables, honestly.
We oh yeah, there we go. gonna say. Fortunately, we can cut through this guy with our Reaper form. Things go bad, and I do not get Reaper form back for the next one. It's okay. It's a preview. It's all right.
And that's when we'll cut to you not dying.
I didn't say I died. Okay, you're drawing conclusions. All right.
I am.
You're jumping to conclusions.
I
guess
that
you could be drawing them, but it seems more like an abrupt decision.
All of my decisions are abrupt.
You are throwing yourself bodily into the air with the intention of landing on some conclusions. That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm kind of fat. That would hurt.
Okay, just belly flop into the conclusion pool.
That would hurt me more than it would the conclusion.
I don't see the downside of this plan.
Touche.
Wow.
That wasn't even close.
That was more Tuvan throat singing, less Inception.
My favorite Tuvan throat singing CD I've ever heard of. I think the guy's name is Kongaro.
Okay.
And the CD is Back Tuva Future. Tuvan throat singing.
That's a pretty good pun.
That's pretty good
I
pun.
approve of that. My favorite Tuvan throat singing is the intro to Bridges of the Sky Dream Theater, which is an awesome song.
Yeah.
The best one off of Dramatic Turn of Events.
That's the
I
one
think-
after Systematic, isn't it?
The one after Black Clouds and Silver Linings.
Oh, okay.
Unless I just got those reversed.
No, Black Clouds and Silver Linings is the last Portnoy one, isn't it?
Yeah, and then I think Dramatic Turn of Events. It's the name, sort of a
Right.
it's a good title. We're sort of safe right here, but we're going to have to go out and fight.
Right. There's a suffering out there, isn't there?
There is. There's also
hi,
the little
there he is.
Wiswa. There's a Wiswa on the wall that we picked up. Don't worry, our sights will protect us.
I don't know what's going on.
A lot of numbers popped out of him. All of the numbers that were inside of him popped out of him, and now
that's
he had no more numbers inside of him. Therefore, yes, it was fatal. Hey, but this means we have another piece of rod.
As evidenced by the boom, 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 boom.
It's the Eye of Arafel.
Eye of Arafel, which is just a cross that goes on the staff.
Pretty much. Just kind of screwed on the top.
Looks a little bit more iron crossy in dimensions, so
Used as a walking stick,
there you go.
but like a holy walking stick.
They're always
you know?
just on the other side. It's like they could have gone and gotten the rod. Oh, that's tricky. That's tricky.
Let's go talk to Uriel.
You have found the second piece. I can feel its power within you. The rod wills itself whole. You may be deaf to its cries, but I am not. The final piece lies beyond this barrier, in an area heavily fortified by the shadow.
Destroyer will not be pleased when I restore the Rod of Arafel. The warriors may pay the price.
The White City is lost to us. This broken world will soon be our grave. And yet we must fight on against the darkness, to uphold the light. If your actions hasten our end, so be it.
May you live to see the Destroyer take his last breath. Uriel of the Helgard.
Good luck, Ryder. The final piece is within your grasp.
She's a lot more awesome than I gave her credit in the first game.
Also, as far as I can figure, the only female angel, which I'm going to assume means that the angels in Darksiders are in fact gendered.
Yeah.
I mean, that much is obvious.
Well, where do you think other angels come from?
I don't know. I just kind of... this is a sort of deist world, so the hands-on, God-created approach. It's more of a hands-off, God-created approach. I don't know, makers? They make everything else, right?
Right, sure.
I assume that does not include the actual beings themselves.
Right. So what was that fade in out for?
That was the end of a video, and then start of another one. So did this in different recording sessions because I was trying to keep track of where all the collectibles were. So kind of split it up into 3 parts. It seemed like an obvious place to split it because there's the 3 pieces of the rod.
Right.
But it wasn't quite long enough for an entire episode, so I stuck the last 2 together. That is all.
Oh, okay. So I noticed that Uriel fixed herself. Like, you couldn't just grab her with the death grip claw thing and make her slide forever.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't happen here.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think there's textures on these walls.
No, there's not.
Oh well.
Weird.
So speaking of gender ambiguous yet attractive angels, I watched Constantine. That's actually a really good movie. I was thoroughly entertained the whole way through.
That I had very low expectations going into that movie, so I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, it was it actually ended up being a pretty good sort of companion piece to Darksiders. It's I mean, it has it has a similar setup with the like, is it like a deist kind of setup where God created originally and then is hands off, so you have humans in the middle and then the other realms that are not allowed to interact directly.
Right.
And it was just really entertaining. Plus, you know, Tilda Swinton playing a androgynous angel.
Right.
I'm a fan of that. I like Tilda Swinton.
I didn't know that was her name, so... Does the NOS hit really hard?
You know what? I actually don't know. I don't ever get close to them. They just kind of spit a whole bunch of little stingers at you.
Right. But then you hit the stingers twice and get all your health back. So
That's true. Yeah. At this point, yes, that is what happens.
Impossible. I cannot.
I cannot.
Constantine was Keanu Reeves and Lady from the Mummy.
Lady from the Mummy. Yes, I am as bad as I am at remembering the name of, you know, that guy who I always forget the name of.
Dennis Quaid.
That's the one. I was gonna say Randy. That's a different one.
Yeah.
As bad as I am at remembering that guy, I am even worse at remembering actresses' names. I think we've covered this at least 2 or 3 times on
probably
different
have.
LPs.
What's really funny is
Naomi Watts. Okay, I'm just look.
It's not Naomi Watts though.
I know we're not talking about Naomi Watts, but I just want to put it out there that I remember her name. Okay, I was just like, what's that person? It's Naomi Watts. Okay, just putting it out there. Dennis Quaid still don't. I'm still working on that.
Right.
Work in progress.
What's weird about the Mummy and the Mummy Returns lady is, like, I've seen her.
Is it Rachel Weisz?
Maybe.
I think it's Rachel.
I don't know.
I think it's Rachel Weisz or Weiss, something like that.
I don't know. It's just I've seen her in a lot of stuff, and I
She was
don't
also
know her
in,
name.
Enemy at the Gates.
Yes, I think she was.
Okay, I'm not gonna check. But I'm gonna say that I'm 100% correct. Some more butt talking here.
Yeah. I like how it's been how long since the end of the world?
Indeterminate.
A while, though, right?
I guess. Like, the only thing we really know about this time period here is that it's after the apocalypse, the intro with War, and before he gets revived. Which, in the beginning of Darksiders 1, I think the Watcher said it's been like 200 or 300 years.
Okay.
So somewhere in between there. Don't know exactly when. There might be some comic or adaptation or like website ARG that explains better, but I don't know.
It's just the level of togetherness all these cars have is weird.
Well, I mean, Death's trying his best to rectify that.
Right.
All the ones that War missed, you know. I mean,
Hey, it's
War is
NOS.
not. Yeah, he's not omnipresent, so he can't destroy all of the cars.
He should be. So the Salvation Cannon as a light machine gun isn't really that accurate at range.
No, it is not. But it is a better weapon for the NOS because the Nerf gun gets stuck on the little guys.
Right.
Because it'll try and home in on them, so it's more of a distraction.
Right. Now, as a person who's never actually fired a light machine gun, I don't know how accurate they are at range. I assume they're fairly accurate, otherwise why use them?
I mean,
It's like shotguns.
there's
it's like,
intimidation factor, there's, if you want to keep someone suppressed, it seems like a good way to do it.
also, I mean, put a million bullets down range, you're gonna hit something.
Yeah,
But
true.
Yeah, I guess I just always assumed it was probably kind of like shotguns in video games, where they're like at 20 feet, you're essentially getting shot with cotton candy.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you knew this, but if you shoot someone more than 20 feet away with a shotgun, you actually, literally impossibly, cannot hit them because the bullets disappear. Like, all of the spread, they just out of existence.
That's right. The bullets grow smaller as they travel. So
Exactly. And then eventually, they just poof.
stop existing. That seemed a bit excessive.
I don't think so. Hey, look, backing up. Yeah.
How many more of those do you have to get?
I think there's just one more.
Okay.
Wait, it's that one, and then... Well, I get all of them.
Fair enough. Ooh,
I'm pretty sure that's number 9.
that would be the last
Next piece. Yes. But what is the piece? Look at around the... briefly around the destroyed world here. It's just kind of another piece at the top there.
Right. It doesn't even tell you what it is. I mean, the eye went in it, so it's the socket of Arafel.
Sure, the socket, the handle, I don't know.
I kind of assumed you'd have to go to the makers and have the makers repair it. I didn't think it would just repair itself.
Well, I mean, the makers, they make quality stuff, okay?
Right.
It's got a self-repairing quality, so
That's true.
I assume that the makers made the relics. That seems like a good assumption.
They made
Fair
everything.
assumption. Yeah.
So
Whether or not they made the biological things, the gray area. Hey, look, there's a legendary weapon here.
what?
It's the Fists of El-Hazar. It's a buckler. No, it's a gauntlet style. So it has a ground pound and uppercuts. It's supposed to have like a lot of knockback. That's its special ability.
That sounds kind of horrible.
Yeah, it's not great. We use it very briefly here. Might as well. It says it has 2. El-Hazar's Glare and El-Hazar's Might. A little flavor text said it was from a human warrior. But these don't give you 100% of your wrath back every time you look at an enemy, so they're not as good.
Right.
It's not quite as good.
They look cool.
Yeah, they look pretty neat. We'll actually be getting another legendary weapon that we'll play with for about 10 seconds before putting in the bottomless box, so to speak.
Right.
There we go. That's the last of them.
Nice.
And hey, this drops right back into the first area. What convenience.
The Rod of Arafel has been made whole.
I am tempted to ask that you wield that weapon and turn the tide of this war. But I fear the Destroyer would capture it again and turn it to his dark purpose. No, better that you remove it from this world and into the safekeeping of the White Army. We will make our stand here until the Hellguard is no more.
I would stand with you, Uriel. My brother's fate takes me on another path.
You have proven yourself honorable, a virtue little known with your kind. But if I ever see him, war must answer for his crimes.
He could not have brought this upon the earth. And I will see my brother spared.
Do what you will, Ryder. But this world is lost, and that cannot be undone.
And what of the Hellguard, Uriel? Will the blade dull eventually?
That's what I'm counting on. The demons will suffer all the more when we force the blade home.
What?
That's saying that dull.
I know, horseman.
You're gonna kill them with their blunt
more
weapons
angels.
eventually.
Oh, okay. I
Okay.
get it. That
Yeah,
that makes more sense and is more
Take
cool.
this.
Got it.
Heaven rewards those who serve justice.
Hey, we got the Sunderglaive.
It looks kind of like her sword.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It's just kind of useless. Its special ability is, it says a defensive bubble or defensive orb. I think it's supposed to just reduce damage. There isn't a visual effect, at least that I can see, and I really can't be bothered to. I really just don't care enough to figure it out. Oh, it looks neat. Okay, there we go. We have an angel weapon that we can take on the road.
You just kind of took that.
Yeah, I was hoping that there'd be like a cool like shimmering globe effect or something, but there's not.
No.
And they still seem to do plenty of damage, so I don't know.
Maybe
I
there's a
could not
button press you're just not getting.
Yeah, maybe it's damage reduction. Maybe it is only when you're doing an attack. I don't know. These are just theories that
Right.
I don't want to confirm.
Right.
I'll leave that science to someone else.
Someone who cares.
Someone else at Vigil. Oh wait. Wait.
Someone at Vigil. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, maybe somebody in the thread.
Maybe so. Never
Be
know.
careful what you wish for, Archon.
Hey, we got the Rod of
We
Arafel
just might-
achievement. It's what you think.
The Rod of Arafel.
Get it. The Rod of Arafel. I have been waiting so long. It feels every bit as powerful as I imagined. Then you should have no problem clearing a path into your city. A path? No. I will clear the entire realm. I will burn away the shadows with holy light.
That was totally not predictable.
Well, this is actually its intended function.
Oh, okay.
He's holy flashlighting this thing to death.
He is Alan Waking this.
Yeah. I would also accept Gandalfing.
Yeah, that's true.
I will accept that too.
If you are to reach the Citadel, you will need wings.
Hey, it's a celestial beast.
Yeah.
From those from the first game.
I almost expected Angel from last time to show up and just like tear me.
Seek out the scribe, most ancient. He still wanders the ruins. He can help you end your quest.
So our next, hey, we got a level up. That puts us at level 20. That's a real
Yay.
important level.
Ooh.
It gives us access to our top tier magic spells,
Awesome.
which were not meant to be cast so frequently as they will be. I wonder if this section was supposed to have something in it.
Right.
Because as it is now, which I actually think is better, it's just an unskippable minute-long sort of pleasant fly-through floaty crap.
Right.
You know.
Are you controlling
I'm
this,
afraid.
or is it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Can't control it. You can spin the camera around a little bit, but that's it. It's just here's some pleasant music that sounds kind of like overworld music from Oblivion or Skyrim.
Right.
A little bit more Oblivion.
I'd say more Oblivion. Yeah.
This Ivory Citadel is, I think, my favorite dungeon. It's awesome.
Nice. The dead angels at the doorstep are a nice touch.
The music here is really, really good. This is the music track that sounds the most like sort of pleasant overworld music from Oblivion. I can just sit there and listen to that for a while, and I will because the dungeon is it's a good solid dungeon.
Okay.
It has a good visual design. It has new enemies. It has a new secret power.
What is the name of...
That's Diamond Geezerton. I don't know. I'll have to look that one up.
Okay.
But it means that we finally got our last tier skill. So those only have 3 levels for each. If we respec, we'll be able to get them.
Right.
One is the Frenzy and one is a Tornado. We'll be able to see those next time, though, as we go through the Ivory Citadel, which is probably, like I mentioned, my favorite dungeon in the game. We'll finally get to meet the teleporting fellow that we saw a few videos ago.
Right, the Dream Catcher or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember what they're called, but
Dreamweaver, Dream Catcher,
yes,
Buttheads.
From the game that will not be named.
Right, that we totally haven't said.
Shush. Look. Dennis Quaid. All right.
Naomi Watts.
Nailed it.